Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast. My name is Henry Lawrence, and in this episode, we're going to talk about becoming positive. If you want to make that shift, if you want to step into the good energy, this is the episode for you. And make sure to stay tuned to the very end, because we're going to take a deep, healing, meditative breath to help us align on the message and move forward throughout the day. So if you want to become positive, if you want to feel good, if you want to make that shift, there's probably a reason why. If you're feeling good and life is perfect and everything's working out your way, you're probably not asking yourself, how can I see my way through this situation? How can I feel good about this situation? How can I make it through this thing that is happening to me? We must understand what positive energy is. Positive and negative are not good and bad. It's just a position of perspective. When you see things from a positive perspective, you're not just being happy or carefree. You're seeing it from a perspective beyond yourself. The further up you go, the positive charge towards love, let's say love is the highest energy, and if you go further away from it, you're going more and more negative energy because you're negative the positive energy of love. The closer to you become, the further you are from the whole. It is almost impossible to be fully satisfied, fully content, fully fulfilled when you only operate from self. Now, you are a person, you are a being, you are someone having this experience, and it is your life. And of course, when things happen to you, it's difficult. But that's only if you operate from yourself. You have the ability at any moment to see beyond you, see what can be done beyond you, and push good energy into that. It doesn't matter how difficult it is. You can find an example in history of someone going through something similar to you and being that. It is possible. I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying it's balanced. I'm not saying that you have it easier or worse than someone else. I'm just saying that you have the power. You have the power to shift at any moment. In fact, the difficulty that you're going through is the gift, in the sense if you're able to shift and become what is absent from your current experience, you actually become the thing. So if you're going through a tough time right now, no matter what it is, if you can be the energy that is missing, the love, the positivity in that moment, you are becoming that energy. It is becoming you. And you'll know when you're doing it because it will start to flow through you. You will start to see things differently. Think about this. Think about somebody that does crossword puzzles. If you're someone that doesn't do a crossword puzzle and then one is put in front of you and it's a rather difficult one when it's put in front of you, you'll have a hard time recognizing patterns and knowing what to look for. It'll just look like a bunch of letters. But if you practice crossword puzzles all the time and you get used to seeing connections and things like that, when you look at a crossword puzzle, you will quickly start seeing words and phrases and sentences or whatever's supposed to be in there faster than someone that doesn't. But the stuff is there no matter who you are. The crossword doesn't change. The perception of the person does. And so when you start working on your situations, trying to find the good, trying to find the positive beyond self, you will get better at it. And it's not about getting better at it so that life gets easier. It's about getting better at it so that you can live as you truly are, because you are meant or destined or given the gift to become this higher version of yourself. That is an experience you can choose. I don't think you're right for choosing that path, and I don't think you're wrong for not choosing it. I'm saying it's an experience for you. And whatever you perceive in the world, you will receive. So if you're longing for a different experience, if you want to feel differently, experience differently, choose that. Decide that you're a soldier or a conquestor or an expander of a certain energy, and pick the energy of love. Now, I'm not talking about the love like I love you and hugging and relationships and things like that. That's an attraction. That's different. I'm talking about the highest vibration of love. You know when you felt it. It can be in many situations. It could be on an amazing day where something happens. It could be holding your child for the first time or the 5th time or the 100th time. It could be winning an award. It could be climbing a mountain. It could be saying a podcast. It could be getting recognized for something. It could be just sitting in your car and feeling the warmth of the sun on a cool day on your face. It can be many different things, but you know it when you feel it, and it's always available to you. And so if you're longing for something, if you're struggling with something, that's your sign. That's a motivator to make a change. You're not right for making the change. You can choose to keep that in your experience. In fact, most people do. It's why people have patterns of repeated processes. It's why I have patterns of repeated processes, because we get comfortable what is and we start loving what is, because it's not all bad. Because if you can see something from a high enough angle, there's good. So no matter what your situation is, there is good, and we can get attracted to it, but stuck in the low frequency of it. And we're going to repeat the lesson again and again and again and again because we love the lesson, because it's comfortable. If you grow up in chaos and you grow up in a chaotic home or a traumatic home or in bad relationships, if you go through those things, when it's no longer in your, like when you escape it, you will create it again if you don't practice consistent focus on what you want to become. You will sink back into old patterns. We all do it. That's the challenge. It's not about overcoming something external. It's about overcoming something internal. So when you get yourself into the new place or around the new people or with the new friends or whatever the situation is, when you get there, you're bringing you there. So the pattern creator, what you are, you're bringing yourself there. So you did the external, you removed the external things, but you remember you are taking your thought process, your perspective, your way of dealing with things there too. And that's the next pattern you have to break. And that's where so many of us, including myself, struggle. As we go to this next level, we say, okay, I want to be around these type of people. I want to put myself and I'm going to remove these type of situations, this type of thing. And then we get into the new area, but we brought ourselves there. And then we don't conduct ourselves differently. We don't hold ourselves to a different standard. And then slowly we start doing some of the patterns. And before we know it, we go back into what we were. Because the law of attraction says like attracts like. So if you moved yourself out of what you were attracted to, but don't change your vibration, it will come right back to you. And what you try to put yourself in will be pushed away because it will be a different vibration of you. It will become so uncomfortable, so painful to maintain that because you can't, because you are a different frequency. Until you change you, you will not fit. It doesn't matter how bad you want it. So if you pull yourself to something, if you're chasing something, if you're going for that promotion, if you're going for that goal, whatever it is, but yet it seems like it moves further and further, like you get close to it, it's because you're still not vibrating on the same level. The law of attraction is always in motion. It's not out of motion when you feel like you're doing the right things. It's not out of motion when you feel like you're doing the right movements. It is always working. So if your experience is not shifting, even though you've changed other things, you have to continue to reflect. Now, it is a journey. It's a whole lifetime of journey, maybe even more of them. It's a long experience. So you're not meant to get it right at first. If you got it right at first, then you would already be it. But the universe is smart. You see, it came here knowing that we need time. We need patience. We need to be able to make mistakes. We need to be able to take the wrong step. We need to be able to, because if we got exactly what we focused on right away, we, coming from a low frequency, would focus on something negative and pull ourselves down and down and down and down and down, far away from love that we could never get back. But the intelligence design of all this said, let there be time. Let there be a delta between a result. Let there be opportunity to mess up. Let there be opportunity to go the wrong way so you can pull yourself back. So it is not over right now. You get to choose right now, no matter what is going on externally. You get to choose. So what way of being, what thing do you want to let go? What way of being that you're so connected with because it got you through your past, but yet it doesn't serve you for your future, are you going to let go? Choose positive energy. Choose love over being right. Choose love over being fulfilled, because then you'll step into a powerful flow of what will truly serve you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a deep healing breath. And when you breathe in, I really want you to align on just rising up. So visualize as you breathe in your viewpoint from above your head, zooming out, zoom above your car, zoom above your house, zoom above your state, just zoom up at the whole world, past, present, future. And as you hold your breath, see all the good that's going on. Just allow your mind to receive something good. And then as you exhale, allow all the negative energy that you've been holding on to leave you and sink back into yourself with a redefined vision of knowing there is more than you because you are more than you, and carry that throughout the day. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. You don't have to be perfect because you're not. And anybody that thinks you should, they're not perfect either. And those that don't reflect project. So if someone is coming at you for your things and they're not being forgiving and they're not being loving and not being patient, that doesn't mean that they have to tolerate them. It doesn't mean they don't have to have boundaries where they can say, this can't be, but I still love you, because you can do that. So they can do that. But if they are not looking at themselves without looking at you, they're not serving you. This whole life, this whole experience is for you. So give yourself patience, because you are here with a purpose, and that purpose is to become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you updated with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.